Hello, my name is Jose Rodriguez, and welcome to my Week 7 assignment. In this assignment, we were tasked with identifying an online web tool that to use as a curation space. I opted out for using Wakelet.com. Wakelet.com is an online platform that is remarkably user-friendly. Um, as you can see, limited buttons or features on the left-hand navigation pane, as well as a few buttons or features on the top right-hand side as well. This is a completely free online platform, which I have found very pleasing, and I will be using this not only for my remainder of my coursework, but also for my occupation. So at work, we use a Proofpoint, which is a cybersecurity tool that assesses online content for potential threats. I will say first and foremost that this Wakelet.com had passed all of the firewalls and initial screenings by Proofpoint, which is very beneficial and reassuring to me. As well, in my current role, we were using our W Drive, which is a central drive that all of my team members have access to, as well as a SharePoint for sharing different types of content and graphics, etc. In the last week or so, I was fortunate to be able to present this tool to some of my team members who found it very exciting, and also it will serve as a solution for some of the limitations that we have with using our W Drive as well as our SharePoint as a means to share content and graphics and etc. As far as the usability is concerned, as I've mentioned, how easy it is to navigate through the platform. It is very seamless in the way that you can share particular graphics and images and etc. And we'll go into that in just a moment. I will also say the beauty of having Wakelet.com is I can actually access it from any device, not necessarily just the PC that I'm working on, but also from mobile devices and tablets and etc. So it makes it extremely usable and accessible from different platforms, which I do like. You could share your online content with others, and they can share their content with you as well. And the this entire platform, at least to my understanding, was created with the intention of sharing content across industries for educators to make their lives a little easier. So I'm looking forward to taking advantage of that. So let's jump right into our review of this platform, and we'll go from there. At the top right-hand side, as I mentioned, some of the features, we have the search functionality for those who may have uh, keywords or at least an idea of what they're looking for from the site. So I'm just going to put in lesson plans, and you can see all of the different options that pop up, different types of lessons for different types of teachings or different classes, and etc. And all of these are accessible to for signing up on Wakelet. As well, in case someone doesn't have those keywords or are a little unsure of what it exactly is they're looking for, the button right beneath the search button has Explore. And in Explore, you have access to all these free templates, different lessons, and different content and collections that have been created from educators all over the country. Moving down to bookmarks. Going into bookmarks, you may be a little underwhelmed by looking at what I have here, but I'm just getting started with using the tool. And currently, I have bookmarks all over the place. I have them on my phone, different apps as far as like social media, and as well as right here on my work device. And as you can see, I have a ton of different bookmarks here the problem is I can't access those bookmarks from any other place besides on my work device or work laptop. And this makes it again very accessible from just different devices, no matter where you're at, which is super beneficial for a person like myself who have random thoughts throughout the day and or throughout wherever I'm at. Moving down to collections, you can see some of the collections that I have created on the right-hand side: presentation graphics, relevant online articles and resources, social media, and then one that I stole, if you will, from another educator. And we'll dive into these a little bit in just a second, as well as I'm going to create a collection that I'm going to use for my notes that will continue using throughout the course, as well as in general as I continue to create teachable content. So the first one, the first collection I have is presentation graphics. And by clicking into presentation graphics, these are just essentially some different graphics that I've created from when I started the class that I have used in the last 6-7 weeks to do presentations to my team to teach them a little bit more about brain science, cognitive load, etc. As well, you can see some of the infographics that I created on Canva that I've also utilized in different presentations over the last several weeks. Going back to your collections, once you're inside of it, you can either do a couple different things. The first thing is, of course, is clicking on this icon that will bring you right back to your collections. You can also click on collections directly and it'll bring you back here as well. Into the relevant online articles. Of course, this is great for your building your professional learning network. So what I've done is I grabbed a couple different articles that are online and things that I am reading through and I want to reference back to in the future, but I placed it all on here to make it easy. We'll talk about these cool features as far as the cover page and the background as well, as you have a lot of different options on how you design your collections. On social media, again, building my professional learning network, I've placed different articles from Twitter, LinkedIn, and also from Etsy or Etsy, apologies, um, that are of interest that I plan on referring back to and want to be able to access very easily. Going back to my collections. The one storytelling which I copied, I took simply because just perusing through some of the collections, I just stumbled upon this one and I'm interested in looking into the bookcreator.com, which is a pretty cool website that you could create your own book-like instructions or tutorials, which mimic an actual book, a literal book. All right. I'm going to actually create one just to show you, create a collection just to show you how easy it is to do. This big button on the top right-hand side called Create Collections, right? Very intuitive. You just click on Create Some Content, and you start with giving a name to the collection that you're about to create. So I'm just, for the sake of time, going to call this Jose's Notes. As well, is because this is a blank page, I want to spruce this up a little bit. So I'm going to click the design button on the top right-hand side. And you could choose different images that you want to use as a cover image or even a background. But for the sake of this, I'm going to use one of my own pictures, since this is going to be my space here for notes. And I know I have a picture of myself that I'm going to add here. It takes just a moment. Voila. And there I am. You also have the option to make this a full picture, half picture, etc. But since I want to be able to see my face, I will keep it at full. Choosing a background image, you can use something that you have as well, a picture that you have uploaded, or you upload something from Unsplash. But again, I'm going to click from my personal pictures as well. I know I have a beach picture somewhere, and that's my happy place. So 1, 2, and 3, there you are. You have my background there for my note section. As well, just to create a note, if you like, all you had to do is add text. And wait, okay, first class. All right, it automatically saves, which is beautiful. For those of you who have ever worked on a document and not hit the save button, this is pretty a nice feature here. All right. And also moving down a little bit more with the shared with me is if, of course, as I mentioned, the usability and how easy it is to access this. Once you have team members that are creating collections or using the same platform, they could share different collections with you and vice versa, which again makes it very easy to cross-pollinate and share different ideas, which is beneficial in the world of training. All right. All in all, my overall evaluation of this tool is 100% positive. Again, it checks all the boxes regarding usability, functionality, the cost, especially because there isn't any. And then also with regards to training, as you can see, this buttons or and support, I would say. As you can see, the buttons are pretty self-explanatory. No real training needed. But there are tons of YouTube videos doing little tutorials and showing different examples of what other curators have used to create their collections. So I definitely would highly recommend this, and I plan on using this again, not just for my coursework, but at my my job. So I appreciate your time, and I look forward to your feedback. Thank you.